Yeah.
got the questionnaires, so I'll let to send that out separate. Because
Okay.
We're live streaming.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because it just seemed like we always had that, always behind with them for whatever reason. And everybody noticed that it actually works.
I didn't even know that. I tried.
It's always fun, the first 2 minutes you gotta wait.
It's chilly in here.
It's chilly on this side of the building.
That's because we didn't pay them their money yet. Their check will be cut shortly.
Yes.
The one night that I stayed through for the planning board meeting, oh my gosh, it was freezing in this building.
Yeah. It's always on
You
this
do that?
side of
You
the
gotta turn the
building.
heat
though.
on.
Your side of the building.
Even
No, my office is
Oh, really?
Because I think the furnace is from.
It must have
turned
timed.
on for the night.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are complaining about. My office is fine.
Okay, well, as long as you're happy, boss.
He's always coming down. Oh. It's cold in here, really?
There's lemon in this water, by the way.
Ooh, very
That's
healthy.
why it's got a funny color to it.
Hey, what, Happy New Year?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Okay. Call Lancaster IDA to order. Pledge of allegiance, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'm only seated in this position at this point until we turn around and have a vote for chair, vice chair, secretary. So with that though, Andrea, do a roll call, please.
Member Braun?
Here.
Member Gazzoni?
Here.
Member Leary?
Here.
Member Sportelli?
Here.
Chair LeMaster?
Here. Okay, with that, first order of business, I guess, would be to turn around and seat the chair. Do we have a nomination for the chair?
I'd like to nominate Kevin LeMaster as chairman of the Lancaster IDA.
Second.
Okay. Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
And Chair LeMaster?
Yes, I guess. Okay, vice chairman, I'd like to appoint Mr. Leary as vice chair. Do I have a second?
Second.
You'd like to nominate?
Nominate.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Well, we're seating you, so.
Okay.
Okay, we got a second on the roll?
Oh, okay. Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair LeMaster?
Yes. Secretary, I had, Ron, you were secretary last year?
Yes.
You mind being it again?
I would plan to.
Do we have a nomination for Ron to be the secretary?
Second.
Okay. Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair LeMaster?
Yes. Assistant secretary, I believe we had Jennifer, and we had you. Would you mind?
I would welcome the opportunity to continue that.
Okay, super, thank you.
Second.
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair LeMaster?
Yes. And treasurer, would you like to be chair again? Or treasurer
Yes.
again? Thank you.
I'll second.
Okay. Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Lemaster?
Yes. And Assistant Secretary, I don't think we, well, we have two of them there for whatever reason. Would that be under the, for the chair? Or for the treasurer, assistant?
You can appoint that if you'd like to. I don't know that you've done that in the past.
We haven't done it in the past, that's why I'm seeing that, so we just leave that blank for now.
Okay.
Okay, we set all those, I guess everybody voted on that, so we can set that aside. Okay, on the Executive Governance and Finance Audit Committees, on this, normally,
We need to go back up and do the administrative secretary.
which paper is that? Oh. Oh, okay, where was that? I didn't see that page. Oh.
Hang on a second, where is that?
Okay,
I'm looking at the agenda.
it's, I've got, Frank gave me my sheet
Okay.
here. This would be appointment of the Administrative Secretary, Management Officer, Website Administrator, Coordinating Billing, Collecting of LIDA pilots, and General Transition Council. We're going to be covering all those.
Thank you.
Okay, the Records Management, that would be Andrea.
And administrative secretary.
Oh, okay, she's administrative, she's also website administrator, right? She's got both. And billing's gonna be, Donna will be billing. And of course Jennifer, general. So with that, I'm gonna go with, I guess, the two administrative secretary, website administrator. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It carries. The coordinated billing and collection of all IDA pilots for Donna.
Donna Martin.
Donna Martin, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And general counsel for Jennifer Strong to be our transitional counsel, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you for catching that, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Okay, on the appointment of committees, the way I was looking at this and thinking, I didn't really, because I didn't know if I was going to be sitting here, I was going to help whoever. But on this, with the way we do our committees and that, we can actually do that during our regular meetings, can't we? And just have everybody, we don't appoint special people, who's ever here can serve on all of them.
You have to appoint, you have,
Gotta
for
have to
these
appoint
three
somebody?
committees, by your bylaws and state law, you have to set those
Okay,
committees.
but the way I'm going to try to do it is who's ever here, we're going to appoint them, but this is, I want an open forum, you know, so when this stuff is discussed openly for everybody. I guess, okay, I got to figure out what this was because I didn't put it down here.
For the executive
Okay,
committee, it has to be the chairman, the treasurer,
and the CFO on the governance.
right, on executive,
Okay, the chair and two.
right.
Okay, so myself, and who would like to be on the executive committee?
gotta
Executive
be
is
Patrick.
chairman, treasurer, CEO, CFO.
Yeah, that's on the governance.
That's on executive.
Executive.
Oh, the chair and two, we've got, okay.
Chair and two is governance committee.
Treasurer, CFO, okay. So that's really already set, because we got Patrick, we got myself, and we got Mike.
Right.
So,
Second.
Yeah, right.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. On the
Do we need a specific vote on these things, individual?
Yeah, we just did the executive, or you could.
No,
do
no,
all
no,
at
I
once.
meant,
Got two more to do.
can we do the aye as opposed to going through every single
Yes.
person?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it saves her time
Yep.
from checking things out.
Second.
Okay, on the governance committee, myself, two members. Any volunteers for that, or Patrick?
Do it. I'll go.
And Grant?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any
Second.
opposed?
Second, okay.
Oh, thank you. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, the treasurer and one member,
For the finance.
finance committee. I'm going to pass the, anybody want to volunteer to be on the finance committee? Was Patrick?
Amen.
Okay, with that, make a motion for Grant to be on the Finance Committee with the Treasurer.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. I think I didn't screw that up too bad.
It all got accomplished.
Okay. So now we're going to go into presentation. We want to accept the minutes from our December 10th meeting. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion to accept the minutes?
I'll second.
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Master.
Yes. Mike, your CFO report, please.
Thank you and good morning. Report I had provided to you shows cash balances in all bank accounts as of December 31st, end of last year. JP Morgan Chase checking account, $100,226.83. New York Class investment account, $1,649,089.76. So that's a total balance for both accounts of $1,749,316.59. No checks were received since the last meeting for deposit, and we have 5 invoices, vouchers that are pending for payment this month, totaling $4,159.99. Pilot bills, we have the town and county pilot bills that will be going out this month. I expect that those should be done, calculated, and prepared by next week at the latest and sent out. They will be sent out along with the annual questionnaires, surveys that each project, property that has a pilot and receiving benefits must complete and turn back to us for reporting. And the credit cards have been activated and issued and received and will be going through our online management program next week. We have used it for our first payment for starting January for the Adobe software that we previously had to pay individually on our own. Any questions?
Any questions? No,
Thank you.
Make a motion to accept the CFO report?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Master.
Yes. Okay, make a motion to accept the vouchers for December of 2024?
I'll make the motion. Second.
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Master.
Yes. Okay, we already set our resolutions for all your chief executive officers and that. Now we need to go to our resolution for the reimbursement to the town of Lancaster. It would be, I believe it was 30,000.
Correct. Did we do a resolution and accept that in the town? I just don't.
I don't know if you
I
did or...
really don't think yet, but we're getting that ready for this upcoming meeting.
Okay, all right, good.
Okay. Well, it's a motion to reimburse the town of Lancaster for services provided.
Second.
What's that?
We got to name Paul.
Yeah, we're gonna, oh, okay, didn't we get to that?
No.
Oh, no, we didn't, I've skipped
We
it,
need to
okay.
do the CEO.
Yeah, the resolution chief executive officer should be the resolution for Mike. Boy, I'm really doing a number here today. We got the financial officer, chief executive officer would be Paul.
Right.
So motion to accept Paul's for chief executive officer?
I'll second it.
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Master.
Yes.
Congratulations, Paul.
Thank you.
And a resolution for our chief financial officer, Mike. Do I have a second?
Second.
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Master.
Yes. Okay, the town of Lancaster reimbursement for services to the town. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary? Member Sportelli?
Can I vote on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Member
Yes.
Sportelli? Chair Master.
Yes.
And Kevin, I see we're missing on the agenda the appointing Paul as consultant.
The which one?
Appointing Paul as a consultant.
Yeah, it's,
Is it on the,
I mean, it's,
it's in the package, but I don't see it on the agenda.
yeah, it's not on the agenda.
This one is on the agenda.
It's the governance
That's
committee.
what we're doing now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's the industrial development. Which one are we looking for again?
Right here.
Authorized.
No agenda.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right there.
Yeah, on, want me to number.
Yeah, okay, I have that. And, I'm sorry, what was it now?
We need to vote on that one as well.
I thought we just did with the,
Nope, Paul
this is
says
separate? Okay.
it's separate.
All right, thank you for catching that. Authorize the agreement between Paul Leone and the Industrial Development Agency. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Lemaster?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Okay, then we got the readopt our procurement policy.
Wait, yes. No, we did.
We just did one.
Okay, and that's where I'm just wondering here. The procurement policy, we're going to readopt it. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Question? Is it a readoption or is it a new policy?
It's a readoption of the same policy.
Yes.
No changes have been made.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Lemaster?
Yes. Okay, make a motion for Dresser Malecki to do the 2024 audit.
I'll second it.
Okay. Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Lemaster?
Yes. Okay, we've got a resolution to award contract for auditing services. Do I have a second on that?
I'll second.
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Lemaster?
Yes.
And then we also need to set the Bee as the official newspaper.
Okay.
The Bee and the Buffalo News is the backup.
Yeah, we had that originally, was the B and that, so we want to make a motion to authorize the B and the Buffalo News as our official newspapers.
Second.
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Lemaster?
Yes. Okay. Did we cover everything so far?
Which is these
We
two.
got two more? Which one am I missing here?
The authorization to pay the bills under 3,000 without prior approval of the board.
Thank you, Mike. Yes, okay. Make a motion for the payment of anything under $3,000.
Second.
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Lemaster?
Yes.
And then the resolution allowing the chairman to set the public hearings.
I'll nominate the chairman to be able to set the public hearings.
I'll second.
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gazzoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Lemaster?
Yes. Thank you very much for your help there. There's so many papers here.
It's a big meeting.
Okay, with that, then we're going to go into a discussion regarding the LIDA Christmas decorations. I myself listened to the village board meeting, which I normally don't do. I've gotten so many conflicting stories and remarks about these animations. I don't know what condition they're in. Grant and I were going to go look at them today, but I called it off after the board yesterday on the village side last night. I'm going to sell them, give them whatever to one individual. I have more questions than answers because after I had texted your letter over, or Andrea had sent it over to Tammy, I just sent her another copy after their board meeting, and she called me after that and said she never received our letter via email. So I turned, and then the conversation went into basically, what do you want to do with them? I said, well, we were going to go look at them. Well, they're not being secured properly. How can you guys just walk in there? Because she wanted me to go there on a Friday at 9 o'clock. And I told her, I'm not, to do an inventory of what's there. So it actually got more confusing because they're claiming, or she mentioned that these should be in a environment that's heated and stored for the mechanisms in the clothing, but yet they're sitting in the DPW highway garage in the cold. So they just basically want to move them out. The IDA should have never gotten involved in it. I listened to that meeting. I was totally annoyed at the lack of public monies that were spent, and these figurines were supposedly damaged by people throwing baseballs and stuff at them, when it was discovered, nobody bothered doing an investigation as to who was in charge, who was the person that was there that let the kids do this, and everybody just kind of like rubbed their hands of it, and we still have a contract and everything there. So we may not be able to do anything with it, but my whole thing is that the public should watch that meeting, because to me it was, I was a little upset that just a nonchalant by one of the members, especially public monies, no big deal, don't worry about it. So with that, I don't know what the board wants to do. We can just drop it and let it go.
I do want to bring up, I did go take a look at them. Most of them were badly damaged. Again, didn't have an inventory when I did go and take a look at them. So again, I don't know what's there, what should be there. I did receive an inventory last night from Councilmember Dawn Schroeder, who used to be involved in taking care of the winter, the windows and everything else. So I have that. But again, that's not the inventory specifically when they were purchased. It'd give a good idea of what was present when she was in charge of the program. So at this point in time, again, I don't know how that matches up. I mean, this board may not be able to do anything about it, but somebody needs to take a look, in my opinion, as to the inventory versus what's being given away right now, and ask the question or bring it to somebody's attention that did certain items disappear? Where'd they go? Who has them?
Right, because if they were sold off in the past,
Right.
the IDA should have had to, under that agreement, give consent.
Right.
There was supposedly
And then
12
there's
days
a-
of Christmas, so there was
And
a
then
lot of
there's-
figures.
Then there's a question of lending them out to other individuals who use them at different places, for example, at a church, and charged admission to come in there. The admission was supposedly for the art, the show itself, but again, if you're just going to look at those and you're collecting money for that. So again, I have the inventory I have, but I still ask the question of when the IDA was involved in this, okay? They gave money twice. The first time to help out a federal grant, apparently was received by the Lancaster Opera House, whatever amount, and then the IDA gave an additional, 20, I think it was $5,000, then an additional $20,000 to purchase these things, and then it went to the Lancaster Opera House. Okay, Lancaster Opera House got in some financial difficulty, is my understanding, and we're selling them off, and then they were purchased by the Village of Lancaster for, I believe, the same price. Lancaster came up with Village of Lancaster came up with $5,000, and then the Lancaster IDA gave an additional $20,000 for the purchase of these items. So you have two purchases by the Lancaster IDA. There should be an inventory somewhere in Lancaster IDA records. I would imagine, since they shouldn't have been thrown out, nobody should have gotten rid of those records because the items were still there. So again, it's not like they went away. So again, I would ask for we tried to do a thorough search up till this point. I think we should redouble the efforts on that, just to make sure that there's not an inventory. And then again, I would ask for, if we could send a letter to the village to get an inventory of what they gave away last night, to see if it matches up. And if it doesn't, the question needs to be asked, what happened to the rest of these items? Were they broken? Were they thrown out? Were they pilfered? What happened to them? Because again, somebody should be accountable for them. And the only reason I think we needed answers because this is New York State money that was utilized in this. Again, should they have done it in the first place? No idea. Wasn't part of the idea. It wasn't in government back in that day when this all occurred. But the question needs to be asked, what happened to all these things? Somebody's got to account for it. Somebody should be held accountable for it. Or were they given to certain individuals and, how did this occur? So somebody needs to be responsible. So I would request that, if we find no other, list of items, I have the one that I have, which was not, again, I don't even know if it really counts because it wasn't the one that when the items were purchased. We got to find something that shows when they were purchased. And if we don't have it, I would hope that the Village of Lancaster would have it for the items that they purchased. Came up with the $5,000 when the IDA gave $20,000 of New York State taxpayer dollars for this purchase, just so somebody is held accountable for this. Because again, my understanding is the damage and everything that was done in there, nobody was held accountable for that, to my knowledge. There were some other activities that, just bizarre activities, from one of the people who was supposed to fix the things, which I'm not going to state here in open meeting, but some bizarre stuff occurred when the guy was fixing the stuff up, allegedly. And it's just, a lot of things need to be explained as to exactly how it got to this point. Now, I understand that the village gave them away at this point, but again, we did not have any of this information presented to us when we were discussing this as a board as to what occurred here, or I think it would have perhaps taken a different turn. Again, it was, from my perspective especially, easier to let the village determine what they were going to do with them. I had a conflict of interest in there, but I don't see how we can not follow up on New York State taxpayer dollars to find out, were they all just given away last night, or were some given away before?
Well, at the December IDA meeting, you did approve to allow the village to dispose of the
Yes.
decorations as they saw fit. So if they've already done so, you can't go after them for that because you had authorized it.
Right, but the fact of the matter is, we were not told. We didn't have any of this information back at that
Right,
time.
but the board still made a decision without doing its due diligence.
Okay.
So if you would like to rescind that motion at this time and try and prevent the village from selling anymore,
Well, basically, as far as I'm concerned, just for the record too, Ms. Schaefer said she'd have to take off of work because our letter requested her to be here. And when I talked to her on the phone, I said, you don't have to be here. It's, it's not, because she kind of felt like we were going after, like she's responsible. And I told her, no, she was the one that came in front of us. That's why the
Right,
letter
she
was
was
put out to her.
right.
And that's the only reason she was the one mentioned on the letter. But yeah, I kind of agree with him a little bit. If the public, any of the public have any of this information, please contact one of us, because even if we can't do anything about it, I think it was an injustice the way it's been handled, the way everything's been covered up. We're trying to dig through a number of years of dirt, which we've done on this board a little bit.
And I do have to comment on what you said there, that we didn't do our due diligence. When items are held by a government agency, okay, there's a certain level of, we shouldn't have to go and check and see if they're damaged, if any of these other things occurred. There is a certain level of confidence that you should have that a government agency is keeping good control, taking care of the items that they have within their
Right.
government agency. So again, I don't think it was on us necessarily to do any further due diligence to find out that they were smashed to bits, or items were stolen, or items were, somehow damaged, thrown out. So again, don't take it the wrong way, but I don't think it was our responsibility to do that. I think we did our due diligence.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, with that, with the board, you want to rescind it or just let it go and let the public, well, it's on tape now, they can decide if there's any other information that comes up in the future. Like I said, it would have been nice when they first noticed they were damaged or they're had to take doors off to get them in and out, and they became such a problem. I think that would have been the time before they got damaged to maybe have sold them off or put them up for auction. But that time has passed. So with that, the board want to rescind it, or do you want to just let it go? And
I think we've made public our concerns with it. I think Jennifer is absolutely right that we did vote on it, and we did. So we would have to rescind it, but at this point in time.
I can't see it.
I can't see it either.
No, it's already done, so we turn around, make a motion to just,
Can we argue that we voted on the pieces that we had control of?
If you could prove what you had control of and what you didn't have
Did we have
control
an
of.
inventory when Tammy was here? Of any kind?
no, I requested an inventory going back at the very first, when this first came up, and I got no responses on anything.
It's just such a
And-
weird situation because this is outside of the scope of what an idea, even 20 years ago, it's just outside the scope of an idea.
There was a lot of things that,
Yeah.
checks that were cut that should have never been cut. I'll just leave it at that, and a lot, over a number of years, so.
Yeah, and the inventory
That's
that I
before you
have
were
is
here.
not specific to the purchase or anything, it's just what was under the control
And it wasn't
of
here
one
when
individual.
We voted, so it would,
Right.
what I'm looking for is that piece of art. We voted on these and one appeared. We didn't vote on that one.
But that's just it, you
We
don't-
don't, no.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good thought, but.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
looking for articulation to.
no, I appreciate it. Like I said, I just wanted to bring it out to the public because it just seemed that it's a disservice for taxpayers to throw this money out the window like this, but water under the bridge, we tried to do it the proper way. Unfortunately, we failed. So with that, we make a motion to just dismiss the Christmas decorations.
I'll second.
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Gattoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair LeMaster?
Yes. With that, I don't think there's any, well, there is some old business. Paul, do you want to, anything on old business?
There's really not much. I mean, you and Bob went to meetings and stuff like that. We've got some other projects coming up, but nothing really to speak of at this point.
Okay, we've met with a few people.
Yep. And then I was just talking to Grant, we're getting a lot of stuff from solar farms type of thing. And I'm gonna just go back to Bob and say, Bob, what's the town feel like for solar farms? And I haven't mentioned anything about us doing benefits and so on and so forth. So we're getting all kinds of calls about solar farms.
Okay, I can only speak for myself because there are 5 board members, 4 other board members on there. With what has occurred with the solar facility that we have right now, from a Lancaster IDA's perspective, I don't think we ever got the answers that we needed. What occurred was somebody came in there claiming to be a woman-owned business, small business, came in there, got all the permissions from the town of Lancaster. As soon as that was completed, it was turned over to a multi-billion-dollar business. It seems like the town was kind of misled at that point as to what was going on. Not comfortable with it. And now with what's going on with the IDA, from that perspective, we need answers and that we still haven't gotten. They changed ownership apparently a couple different times, which again, I specifically had in their special use permit for the town that if they changed ownerships, they should have let us know. So again, there was no information that came in there. And again, we were taken by the billion-dollar company coming in there and taking everything over after, again, we thought we were helping out, small business.
Right.
So from my perspective, enough is enough. I mean, if people want to put solar stuff on their houses, that's completely up to them. And any other, private entity, private area that they put solar stuff, but from a town-owned land perspective, I am absolutely against it. But I can't argue with what people do on private property. Well, we can talk about it, private property, but yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
So I think some of the ones that are coming to Paul are privately owned farms,
Right.
leasing the land back out for temporary. The only temporary ones I've ever seen are similar to the ones that are over here on Broadway in Depew, where they're cement blocks. I think that's more what he's being approached with now, because there seems to be that push in multiple streams of revenue for farmers, but I don't know if we have that kind of farmland left in Lancaster that would be able to support something that large.
That's more of it's a legal question at that point. I mean, again, if it's private property,
Yeah.
there are certain controls
Yeah,
for.
but what you have to remember, Bob, even if I get any type of inquiry, I go to Jennifer and I say, Jennifer, what do you think? And so I don't really go forward until talk to you guys and to talk to Jennifer. So I don't have anything in hand, so I'm staying away from solar farms, and I wanted to bring it up because we're getting inquiries.
Yeah, and solar farms, it's, you know, a nice concept, and I call it a concept because in reality, they really don't work. And you got a state out west that's gonna clear 400 acres to put up a solar farm. So we're gonna cut down trees to put up panels. Makes no sense to me. I personally, I'm against them because I can see that you can go to nuclear and have a much smaller footprint and produce more power. But that's just me. Okay,
I think for the IDA perspective, the solar farms don't have the job generation
yeah,
that, say, some of the current projects before the board have. So that's certainly a consideration for the board.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we don't move forward unless you guys hear about it.
So, anything else there, Paul?
So where do we stand with AC power? What's
They've
going on?
complied with everything that they were supposed to comply with. They've put their proof of insurance in, they've paid their pilot, both the school and the county,
Okay,
Little prompting.
from the IDA,
from the
okay?
IDA.
And we'll discuss where they stand with the town outside of here, I guess.
Right,
Or-
because that's a town issue.
Right, okay.
Yeah, they had to prompt them a few times. Mike had to, you know, get the stick out and hit them.
But they have paid the late fees then for paying late.
Yeah, all righty, super. With that, I don't believe there's any new business, Paul? Anything that you've got, Jennifer?
There's stuff coming up, but nothing really to speak of at this point.
Anybody else have any other comments? No? With that, we'll ask the public for comments, since I guess I don't have to ask 3 times since nobody's here. With that, I ask for the adjournment. Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Member Braun?
Yes.
Member Nixoni?
Yes.
Member Leary?
Yes.
Member Sportelli?
Yes.
Chair Master.
Yes, thank you very much, everybody, for your patience.
Congratulations.
This was I've only got the one, but Bob and I sat down with this gentleman.